Cateno is a joint venture of Banco do Brasil and Cielo, a company initially created with payment management in mind, focused on geographic arrangement. So we started with back office, taking care of arrangement in Banco do Brasil, and we passed on to, starting last year, to think about issuing solutions and other solutions considering management and fraud and wax for other payment arrangements. In that context, I wish to bring along our approach towards APIs. I'll not be talking about technology. I wish to talk about an analogy regarding our concept. What brought us to search API strategies? We have to keep in mind that we're here to solve a problem. We're not here to implement an API. I'm here to solve a problem, a business problem, my client's problem. The funny thing is, it's not your case, I'm sure, but we know companies and people that already know the solution before knowing the problem. Sometimes I get to the director and now we have to increase our market share. And the IT consultant, the solution for that is big data. It's just like that. Or use blockchain and everything's solved. It's not like that exactly. We have to know the problem and solve the problem. What my problem is. We're human and we apply on technology. We apply humanity to our technology. That's why I brought on three concepts, three approaches, three human approaches that brought us to an API strategy. When it comes to chemistry, Lavoisier was a chemist. He was considered the father of chemists, not even though he hadn't discovered any chemical element. What he discovered was, by combining two chemical elements that react, I can build a product, which is, for instance, 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 of oxygen. I produce water. Because of that, his quote, nothing is created, everything transforms. So it's a combination of chemical elements that can transform the world. So that's our view on APIs. API, in our point of view, is all the technological elements that can perform the combination of technological items to deliver a product, to attend a product and solve a product of my clients. So I got into another topic, which is creativity. Is the younger kid, Murilo Gum, he goes into this approach that I like very much. That goes creativity equals combinativity. What does that mean? Creativity, although there is the prefix create, it's just a repertoire of knowledge to create a solution. So to solve problems this way, I understand our portal of APIs and our portal of chemical elements. It's our repertoire of knowledge, and I can combine those microservices and solutions, both internal and external, from our partners to generate product. Creativity is one of the most necessary skills in a professional, a current professional, especially for the future. Let's study creativity a lot. And a third concept I brought along is sloth. Not that Henry Ford was lazy, I don't want to say that. But pay attention to this quote he mentioned. Progress happens when all factors contribute so that could happen. What does he mean by that? I can only have progress once the factors that contribute, that I combine all of this together, is ready. It generates result, yeah? I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I used the wheel and I placed it underneath a seat and a roof and I built a car. I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. I'm using something that exists in my repertoire, and that's how we consider APIs, our solution. What we have been doing, focused on the delivery and result of my client, of my business. I combine internal and external solutions from my partners I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I don't have to recreate card processing. I don't have to recreate solutions that are already available on the market. I'm going to use what is there. I'll combine them and deliver something else ready for the market. I know the market will use this element in the best way possible, aggregating and releasing new products. This is our approach towards APIs that brought us to a strategy of bringing our portal or solution of APIs, combining solutions of many technological partners. Cateno is a big company in its body, but it counts with a lot of technological partners who combine solutions and deliver one more item, one more technological item, which will add within Cateno our periodic table, our table of technological elements, in which you could be our partners, combine to our elements and generate a new product. This is our concept. And from that, we go to the building of a new arrangement. Going back a little bit to how this payment market used to be in the past, when a company hired an issuer or some startup that to execute and create a way of payment, the deliveries were based on delivering a card, a site, so this client could check out a balance, transfer operation, and an app. So this was the business model that the payment industry, I've been through that for some years, that would bring to the market. This changed a lot with the arrival of APIs, yeah? So very hardly a payment company that has a vision of market delivers a front end to the client. They will deliver a service, and the client may or may not work with the front end from Cateno's front end in this case. They may simply take the service and connect to the platform they already have. That may be what happens most times, already communicates with the end customer, with their end customer. When we had the mentioning inside the company, and the board of directors and presidents are controllers, Banco Brasil and Cielo, Cateno, you have to generate a solution of ways of payment within 3 months and deliver to the market a flexibility and something new. Not something that doesn't exist, but something that matches with many factors in which the market already possesses. On this day, I sat down with Daniel and some other people of the company. Sergio himself, who's watching us and was part of the construction of this process, he said, we have to deliver a solution, a quick solution, that 3 months, that people that know the methods of payment company knows that delivering something in 3 months is something nearly impossible, which was not our case. And we cannot follow the traditional methodology. We cannot create a site which connects to a processor that generates balance and statements and transfer for these clients. That's when we decided, let's implement the market model as a service model. That's how we started our journey with the APIs. Partnership with Sensedia at this point was very important to define our strategy of applying our technological elements in this market. Was at this time that I said, let's create our solutions. So we went after the partnerships and mainly the internal force which Cateno has. Cateno was born from this family that you know from Cielo and Banco do Brasil, and internally we were created. The teams were focused on human resources to address frauds, back office, risk and compliance, card embossing, and so we have human resources with those skills and those internal capacity. So we thought, how can I deliver that? How can I deliver that through APIs? We managed to connect that this way. We created a portal with a solution, a platform solution, in which you request the opening of a card account in which behind that there's a whole team working on it. So there's the back office and everything, providing all the support for the technical support. So from that, we started generating not APIs, but API resources. We created some APIs, and it was approximately 87 resources, approximately in 3 months. We quickly released connecting the elements from partners, simply elements from partners, processing, banking, and so on, other partners, analytics company. And we created internally a solution that made these elements react and generate a new product for the market. So some of our deliveries, so open a payment account request, card request, consultation of password, change of password, cash in, cash out service, bank access. Because I don't like to call Cateno as bank as a service, because we're trying to frame Cateno into a concept of market. Cateno has its own DNA, has its market niche, and we don't want to do what others do. We assemble it with our expertise and solutions. We react differently and want to deliver to the market our technological element that will make a difference in business and in other partners. So it's exactly what Dani mentioned, and once we ended, actually we didn't finish because we believe this never ends. Once you create an API platform to provide services, there will always be a new service to be offered within, in which many times there's absolutely nothing to do with ways of payment, but it fits somehow in some moment in the end tip, which is the client and how you want to reach him. Today, the forms of payment market, it's no longer a company of cards, of acquirer or sub. I have companies of payments, and they are agreed upon this. So these deliveries that we have been developing in the past and this year, to sum up, Cateno can offer any client today a digital account, a prepaid card. I can offer cash-ins and cash-out services, all of them plugging APIs which were built. Of course, as I had mentioned, we can provide the front end, but our front end also consumes these APIs. And it's worth mentioning, especially to understand a little bit our business model, how do we perform with that? How does this offer work? What we have done, and what is the market after?
We have a few customers, and we started with open banking customers. We created an API solution that connects the owner authorization using a specific card, and that authorization gets to the platform of that open banking platform for it to authorize the partners that it has with another bank or with another card company, with another investment platform. And we also created for 2 purchasers within less than 60 days through the APIs an entire payment method issue platform for receivables. We also created the instantaneous payment method, and that started to run. Last week, we generated record for RAC, which is a buyer that is just getting into the market, and we took to those companies a solution that caused them to expedite their own processes. And now we at Cateno say that because of the APIs and these technological change that involves everything that has to be created from scratch, we don't have these specific divisions inside the company like a TI, IT division, and myself and Danielle are talking about the same things that in the past would be different companies within the same company. And now Cateno, through all of these, generate customers, and we are with a portfolio of over 10 customers within a short period of work. We have services being connected to other services from other providers, so that we can generate more customers to the company, and for whoever is by us. And as an IT consultant, I still haven't talked nothing about IT, and we built 3 squads like Spotify, multidisciplinary squad, but we used DevOps, we used APIs in AWS, Lambda, microservices, React Native for apps. That means commodity, which is technology. And what the product that I take to my market, what the value that I bring to my market, what difference are we making in the market with our technology and our partners. We went through all that technology process, which you are very aware of, and that you know that when you're talking about DevOps, it's not easy. It's very beautiful, theoretical, but in practice we have a number of difficulties. But that is how it works. We work with an agile model, which we were able enough to adapt to this Kanban method. We adapted it and changed it, and we created our own tool. And the most important thing is to generate value to the market, and that's the way we work so far. We have a number of technology partners that are developing APIs with us. Sensedia is one of those. It takes care of the API part, talking about also developer experience, APIs, and so. And we are a company that is doing things on the go. And we are focused on the business. And I'm not here to sell dreams, nor that I am DevOps. Well, we are working with every difficulty that we might find, but the most important is eventually delivering a product that makes a difference in the market. So this is what I had to say. This is the Cateno case, and that's why we're still talking about, and we'll talk about innovation, thinking about combining that. That combination is the trademark of our company. Thank you very much.